Terror in Aurora, Colorado. Witnesses describe the horror of it all. 12 people dead and at least 50 injured after gunmen opened fire inside a crowded movie theater.
And we're learning more about the suspect as police defuse booby traps inside his apartment. Plus, the change in the president's plans today and a look at security at other theaters across the country because of this massacre. Good afternoon. I'm Andrew Luria in for Dan.
And good afternoon. I'm Dee O'Reilly. We are continuing to follow developments just outside Denver this afternoon. The midnight showing of The Dark Knight Rises was packed when the shooter walked in and opened fire. The injured range in age from 3 months to adults.
Yeah, this afternoon, we have a team coverage of this tragedy. Bill Logan's here in the newsroom with a look at how the terror unfolded. Laura Harris is live at a movie theater in Tampa with how people locally are reacting to the attack. But we start first with Bill. Bill, what can you tell us about this mass shooting at this point?
I tell you what, Andrew, this is one of those days when you feel a numbness, a helplessness, all the death, all the screams and chaos played out in vivid detail on an almost cinematic scale as one of the most anticipated movies of the summer played out for unsuspecting patrons in what is still a developing story. It all started during a shootout sequence in the midnight premiere of the latest Batman movie when the violence became all too real in Auditorium 9 of the Century 16 theaters in Aurora. First responders were overwhelmed with a mass of human casualties and the unknown in the air as they entered what some witnesses described as a war zone. More than 50 people injured, a dozen killed in the rampage, attributed to just one man, 24-year-old James Holmes, who apparently planned his attack on the opening night of The Black Knight Rises for some time. This cell phone video shows the rampant panic and confusion in the moments after the shooting.
All she saw was the guy slowly making his way up the stairs and just firing.
As they were leaving, he witnessed a baby, an infant, get shot. But yeah, they said gas bombs as they were leaving, and then just gunshots all over the place.
Now the man who wore body armor into the theater, fully armed and intent on killing, is in custody after apparently booby-trapping his nearby apartment. That area has been evacuated as a precaution now as law enforcers work through the tragedy and strive to keep those casualty numbers from rising. No, initial estimates of as many as 15 dead were lowered as the night turned into day near Denver. Now it's the tragic backstories of the victims that are going to be played out as the diabolical mind of this suspect is plumbed and witnesses to all the carnage being debriefed at a local high school work with investigators intent on finding out how and why this one guy who they believe acted alone did what he did.